All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, go shoot.
All right. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Italian Football TV. Unfortunately, as you can see, we are back on the Zooms. Anto, we got Anto over here. We've got Mike. We've got my dad, Gaetano, and we've got Ryan. There's a very special reason why we've got Ryan. Guys, it hasn't been for us over here. If you guys saw on our Instagram stories, we announced that, unfortunately, despite being safe and keeping our circles very small, we tested positive for COVID-19. Me and Ryan tested positive for COVID-19 after Peter was feeling sick on Monday. We all tested negative the next day. A couple days later, we got tested, and that's the situation. Luckily, so far, Michael, Antonio, and my dad have all tested negative. First off, Anto, how are you feeling?
Well, I feel the same way I felt before. I mean, likely I was wearing my mask the last 2-3 days when I was around you guys, and I kept it on. But I had this goddamn Ryan sitting right next to me and spitting on my face constantly. But I think my mask, it's like being a Donnarumma on the goalkeeping of the AC Milan. You can block everything. So I had the AC Milan mask on, so that helps, you know.
If there was ever a commercial for a mask, for why you need to wear a mask, it was you, because of how close you were to Peter and to Ryan and all of us. But you had your mask on those past couple of days, and that's really, I think, what stopped it. So if there's ever a reason to show people that the masks work, it was this.
I can't believe it. I truly cannot believe it.
Well, what
Ryan,
you
tested
wishing?
Ryan, you tested
Right.
positive. Ryan, how do you feel?
At the moment, I feel pretty good. It's been 7 days, to be exact, since I was exposed to Peter. Which, thanks again, Peter.
Where is that scumbag? Where is he?
I don't know. I thought, but it'd be nice, right, if he was on the stream.
Yeah.
I think Peter's. I think he knew we were all gonna call him out on this one. He fucked us all, right? But listen, I couldn't ask for a better Christmas gift. I spent 25 years on this earth, and that's probably the best Christmas gift I got. On Christmas Day, waking up to find out that I tested positive with a fucking virus. But anyway, I feel good at the moment, and you know, it's been a weird week. If that makes sense. I'm still in shock and taken back by the fact that I have it at the moment, and you know, it's very dangerous to leave your house knowing, you know, that you could push somebody else into a serious situation. So we try to prevent doing so. But my body taking. There's been so many, and it's been weird. Thankfully, not all being hit at once, but you know, Monday I had a really bad headache, like severe. Like I knew there was something going on because it wasn't normal, but I didn't know I was exposed to Peter until Tuesday night. So then when I found out the news, I had an idea that, you know, something was going to come back wrong. But my eyes were hurting.
Ryan, you Monday you had a headache and you came to the studio. What kind of a crazy shit is
But you
that?
could, but what kind? You're not understanding. You could have a headache from not drinking enough water. You could have a headache from not getting enough sleep. That doesn't mean nothing. You know what I mean? But now, what started to get weird was Wednesday I went to get tested. I had developed a cough early in the morning, and the cough got worse and worse as the day went on. But I took two different tests. I took a rapid and I took a PCR. Now, first of all, I just want to say, for anybody watching, it is not worth your time to take a rapid. My rapid came back negative, and it's false hope because I could have walked around and shook people's hands thinking in my head that I'm negative when I'm really not. I got my PCR back 2 days later that showed that I'm positive. So, and you know, so many other people, not to mention my father, who's now positive as well, his rapid was negative, and then he came back positive. So the rap, it's all bullshit, giving people false hope that, that they're negative when they're not. But anyway, going back, I lost my sense of smell and taste yesterday morning, so Saturday morning. I'm still yet to get both back. And so it's been very weird all week long. Different things were happening, but now I'm starting to see that, I don't have chills no more. I don't have body aches. Thankfully, that's done. So it's just little by little, I'm starting to see that, things are going away. Symptoms are starting to go away, but still there and still getting through it. But most important thing is to keep hydrated, a lot of vitamins and stuff like that. So
the one really good thing, and I think the best thing for everybody that they got to know is Peter, at least right away, right when he started feeling a little bit, he went right away, he got tested. And then once he said he was starting feeling sick, he got his test right away. And boom, the rest of us, we all quarantined. We all stayed away from as many people as we can. We stayed isolated from family until we got our test results. So I think that really saved us from spreading it. And I think that's like probably the biggest thing is the second that you feel something, go get tested. As far as me, I feel fine. I feel really good right now. The first day for like 6 hours, I felt like death. Like everything was hurting. My body was hurting. My head was hurting. My nose, everything. And then I woke up the next day, started feeling better. Today I woke up with a sore throat. Within an hour later, I've gone through symptoms. Like 1 hour I have something, the next hour it's completely gone. So right now I feel perfect. So we're just waiting for it to pass. Dad, how do you feel? Because you must be very happy because you did not come for Wednesday's podcast. You missed Monday's podcast. You were running late and you weren't able to make it, and you avoided this whole situation.
I think didn't you guys do it on a Sunday?
We did Monday.
You do it on a Sunday, the podcast?
We did Monday.
Well, no, I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't there, so I missed that podcast. So I'm fine. I tasted negative yesterday just to do it, but I was not with you guys. So, but I feel fine. I feel great. There's nothing going on. But this woke me up because for the people that are listening, don't let your guard down. Always wear a mask, always wear 2 masks, always keep the distance. And as of yesterday, I even have a visor. I have a plastic visor now. When I go to work, I wear it, and that's it. And keep cleaning your hands and keep the distance. I mean, no, I'm not worried because I wasn't there.
You tested negative twice too. You did it twice just to be safe.
Yeah, I just did it, just to do it. So I already tested negative twice, but I haven't been around you guys in 2 weeks, so I'm good.
What's funny is I almost missed that podcast too. And I was supposed to miss it. I was supposed to miss this podcast. And then we ended up changing the time around. And then that's where I ended up getting it. And like, it's so weird. Like you said, it's a good job about the masks. Like a lot of people are concerned about it, but Antonio, thank God he wore his. And I think also because look, it's so weird. Michael is negative and Michael was in the same room too. So, you know what's weird? We look back on the podcast and I remembered afterwards, if you see, I forgot my computer that day. I didn't remember my computer. So I was using Peter's computer during the podcast. And you know what they say? I mean, if he coughs and he puts his hand on the computer, then that's it. Of course I'm going to catch it. So, but at least for Peter's sake, I know we've all been joking around a lot. And I know when I spoke to Antonio right away, he told me, of course, the Inter fan is the one who did this to all of us. But good job by Peter to at least to right away get tested and inform us right away. And at the end of the day, so many people, they could have felt sick and not get tested. Say, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. So at least Peter did that before we all had the holidays. Thank God he did not say anything or think nothing, and then we would have went on normal holidays with family. So it's a good job by that.
Knowing Peter, you're not going to be surprised. The Inter people, Inter fans, they just you can have really, at least he's got few brain cells left on his little brain. Goddamn Inter fan. Anyway, what else? Why don't we just stop bitching and moaning about this COVID, because it is what it is. This is not going to be the end of it. At some point, my wonder is, when are we going to be safely, you guys, let's say you get over the virus in the next few days, are you going to be any longer contagious, or what's the deal with that?
I have no idea.
When you're going to get the clean bill of health? In other words, now you can go around and not be, afraid to spread the virus anymore because you already went through the sickness. Is that something that you're considering?
We have to wait, I think, 10 days after exposure, and then test negative. The one thing we didn't say is about Michael, where Michael is right now. There's one thing that's the last part. We went through everybody. Michael, why don't you tell the people where you are and where you've been?
Yeah, so thankfully I took the COVID test twice, PCR and rapid, and I was negative for both. So immediately when Peter said that he caught it, I actually brought all my stuff at the studio so I can, and I've been sleeping at the studio the past 5-6 days, just so I didn't want to risk spreading anything to my family. So I've been staying here. It's been very cold over here in the studio, but I'm trying.
Mike, where do you take
manage.
a shower? Mike, where do you take a shower?
So the
Under the sink.
So I've been going back.
Take a shower under the sink. You small enough. Throw yourself on the sink and just open the faucet.
I had to go back home for showers when no one was home. I found out a new change. But right now, it's been almost a week, and I've been negative of COVID. I feel great, and I think I'm gonna start thinking about going back to my house as of now.
Well, my son was up there on Tuesday. That's the other thing. So he's got no symptoms. So I think Peter was the super spreader, right? Right or wrong? And
I mean that's the way it seems. That's the way it seems right now. Ryan's got something on his mind.
Ryan, what do you think?
I don't know. Anto, what do you think, bro? I think it's the Inter fans, man, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's something to do with the Inter fans. They
but
always
the Inter fan, they contaminated those weak Man U fan and Juventus fans.
Yeah, weak, huh? Weak. Milan.
The Juventus fan seems like is in good shape and sounds pretty good.
We didn't ask your opinion. Your Juventus fan is your son, not you.
Listen, go talk to Ibra, okay?
Ibra got the virus, and the virus died because he got closer to Ibra.
So let's go. What's going on in the soccer world?
So Gaetano, tell us about Joe Barone. You went to see Joe today. What happened?
Yeah, Joe left. He was here for the holidays, spent it with the family, and tonight he went back. There's a big meeting tomorrow in Florence where all the president, Agnelli and company, they're all going to meet it's not all the president. There's a board where they're going to meet with CVC, who is the one that is sponsoring the Serie A with the big contract. And I think they're going to vote and see if they accept it. But I think most of the presidents that I know, except maybe one or two, they will accept this new TV deal with CVC. So hopefully good things will come out of it, and we can keep on promoting Serie A with the IFTV.
Did you ask him about? I saw stories on the Gazzetta over here that they are getting a Piatek and they're getting rid of Cutrone. Is that right?
No, I didn't bring it up. We're talking about this meeting that he has tomorrow, the trip, and We talked to him a little bit about IFTV and the future and Serie A, things like that.
All right.
Well, they just came off an incredible Christmas gift. I know it kind of got lost because Juventus played Fiorentina on that Tuesday, and that was the Tuesday that we all found out that we had to go get tested. So I think, Calcio went on the back burner for us, but we were in the middle. We all watched the game. Almost all of us watched that together, where Fiorentina beat Juventus 3-0 in a match that, Antonio, I haven't seen Antonio smile like that in a long time.
No, I was actually depressed. I was not smiling.
You were depressed.
Instead, to ass kick very badly. But I enjoyed myself, put it this way. So, hey, and I was happy for Joe Barone and the Fiorentina. They were almost at the verge of a collapse, the team. So just to pull a big 3-0 away and in Juventus home, and that's big. That's big. Big.
They're the first team, I believe, to beat Juventus twice at the stadium, at Juventus Stadium since it's become the new stadium. And they deserved it. They smacked Juventus. I think that Pirlo's team, they had no clue what they were doing. I'm trying to remember the game, to be honest, on the top of my head, because it feels like so much time has passed since then. But I remember being very annoyed with some of the decisions that were made, the substitutions, and I don't know. For me, I think I even wrote in the group message at that time. I said Juventus need to bring Allegri back and make Pirlo the assistant coach, because I don't think that this guy. I think he's in over his head.
I mean, this was a big game. I'm starting to get some flashbacks of the game. Juve conceded early. Vlahovic got an early goal, so I felt like that was a little hit at Juve, and that was more of a mountain to climb. But Juve, I feel like they made a lot of individual errors. Bonucci had a horrible game, gave the ball away a few times, and Juve, they just did not look good. Fiorentina was pressing very well. Ribery had an incredible game. And I feel like he was out-coached by Prandelli. They finally got a win in Serie A with him. And if Fiorentina continues like this, this is going to be very positive for their fans and exciting to watch for everyone.
Yeah, this is always a big game for Fiorentina. It's like a derby. The fans, they don't like each other at all. There's a lot of hatred going on there. So for Fiorentina is a big game. And the Ribery came through. All the ones that the big players, they came through. Ribery came through, and Castrovilli came through, and Vlahovic. The first pass after 10 minutes, right down the middle, is split the lead, and Bonucci and Vlahovic went inside, both of them, and it was a great finish. I remember Nedved storming out of the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
running down, and he was cursing, and he couldn't. He was pretty upset.
Guys, what about Chiesa and Bernardeschi, the ex Fiorentina? I mean, they were. Chiesa for the first half, it was trying to to do some damage down on the left, but they came up flat. I mean, they did really not much to deserve a 6 or a 5. Put it this way. But that the team really played very poorly. Juventus needs to really look very seriously at the defense. The rest of the Juventus doesn't need much work. It's the defense of Juventus is a big liability. I'm telling you
one thing. After Quadrado went out, Chiesa moved on the right side, and that's where Ribery was. And there were a few times where Ribery and Chiesa went at each other. And at one point, Ribery had the ball, and it was, you can take the ball away from Ribery. I've never seen anybody like Ribery. If he has the ball and you're trying to take it away from him, it's almost impossible. And Chiesa was running like a chicken. He was going around.
Yeah.
At one point, Ribery looked at him and says, what the hell you want? So they were kind of going at each other. And then there was a yellow card from Ribery on Chiesa. Ribery went from behind and tackled him. So there was some sparks going on between the two of them, and a couple other players too.
Yeah,
I
but
know the
Chiesa,
referee.
Chiesa deserved it. I mean, he didn't do anything. I mean, he was supposed to be the difference maker for Juventus. What did he do? Nothing. So that was basically a smack on the face. I said, "Hey, you loser! What happened? You went to Juventus. You think you're gonna kick our ass? No, it's not happening right now." So he really got a lesson. They taught him a good lesson. So well done, I would say, for the first time. You know,
you could tell between Ribery and Chiesa there was a lot of tension just by the way that they were going after each other. I was even saying that I thought they were going to be the first. One of them was going to be the first to get a red card. Cuadrado really screwed up. It was such a stupid tackle for him in a position where he never needed to make any challenge. And I think Juventus probably would have went on to lose the match either way. Obviously, it's early to say. Cuadrado's been a great player all year. But the attitude was wrong. And I know a lot of people, they were not happy with the referee. I know the referee got a 2 out of 10 in Tutto Sport. He got like a 4 out of 10 in the other Italian newspapers. And he had some really bad calls. But at the end of the day, it's something that we always try to look at least, is not blaming the referee for everything and looking at from the sense of either way, no matter what with the referee, Juventus's attitude, you need to be better. You cannot have that kind of mentality against the Fiorentina, especially where you need to start picking up points. Ryan, you watched the game. What about you? Any thoughts on it?
I definitely think the red card, Cuadrado getting sent off, it definitely affected Juventus big time. Any team in general, no matter who you're playing. I know Fiorentina, they were off to a rough start, and it wasn't going to be an easy game for them going into it. But with Cuadrado, anybody, I think Juventus on the defensive end was very poor. As Michael was saying earlier, Bonucci made so many mistakes. I watched him, the ball, he went, I believe it was the second goal or the third goal, the ball was sent into the box, and Bonucci went to clear it, and he completely missed the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, the defending was very poor. So yeah, it was a bad game. Bad game for Juventus all around. And I think Pirlo, as you said before, he started in the beginning too of the year. Pirlo had lack of experience. I think the guy needs time. I think he needs to figure out this team more than anything. I don't think he had this figured out yet. And that's that.
But listen, everybody, stop blaming Pirlo. Pirlo's got nothing to do with that. Look, those are the people that he has on his hands. Those are the people that they were given to them. I mean, Pirlo, I bet you Pirlo didn't want this Chiesa. This Chiesa deal was made of just, with Juventus thinking that they were getting an upper hand with this guy here, it was a bad move. Chiesa would have never bought it, even if they'll give it to me for free. So let me tell you something.
You blamed everything on Sarri.
Pirlo.
You blamed everything on Sarri, but now nothing's to blame on Pirlo.
I would blame but Marco, I will blame more Agnelli and Paratici because they didn't spend the money where they were required to spend the money. You know that Chiellini is not well. You know that Elite is coming back from an injury. Why are you keeping a defense that is it's not even 30% of what you're supposed to have over there on the backside? I mean, that's where the major problem is. Juventus is taking too many goals lately. You're on the midfield and the forward line. Juventus is doing okay. Il mercato was a poor mercato. So if you are starting to keep blaming Pirlo, what do you want from Pirlo? Pirlo is not on the field.
Okay, one second.
Just on your logic right now.
Anto, just on your logic, you blamed Allegri and Sarri for everything at Juventus, but now it's not Pirlo.
It's not Pirlo because Pirlo came in at the last seconds and he was not given the opportunity to tell the team. I said, listen, I need the 3 or 4 players and I need the defenders here and I need one other guy over here. Pirlo came in at the last minute. Pirlo was not given not even a week to decide. Pirlo was said, okay, you out, you in. That's it.
Dad, what were you going to say?
Already there. There was no gap, Marco. There was no gap. There was no preseason. There was nothing. There was no preseason.
So when Quadrado got the red card, okay, he made a substitution for Ramsey.
Yeah.
Ramsey went out
For Danilo.
huh?
For Danilo.
And Danilo went in. Okay, you've been playing many with defenders. Okay, so Danilo goes in. Why don't you just put Sandro, make him play wide, the three defenders, which would have been Danilo, De Ligt, and Bonucci. Have Sandro play wide left and put Chiesa on the other side and make him play on the right. And that's how you're supposed to play. And you leave the both forwards, leave the both forwards up there and play. Well, what are you're afraid of? I don't understand. He changed. He put then he took out Ramsey, took out then another forward. He only played with one forward. You're losing the game. Hello, and you put okay, you want to put a defender, but then play with three defenders. You could have had the three defenders, Sandro on the left wide and Chiesa on the, and leave the rest of the game. And I think you would have done much better because Juventus played pretty bad after that.
I agree. Let's move on. Let's talk about your Milan, Anto, because my gosh, what a thriller it was to watch. 3-2 against Lazio. Ryan is saying luck. We'll get to that. Let me intro it first, and then I'll let you guys fight over that. 3-2 with Theo Hernandez, who we just had a clip recently saying that he's one of the top left backs in the world. And I mean, man, the guy is incredible going forward. I think it's a little bit talked about too much on his defensive mistakes. I think that he's incredible. And I think that if you see the way that the entire team and Pioli were celebrating after the match, again, without Zlatan, it shows you how much this team is believing that they can achieve something important. And I've said it before, I've said it again. This match, not only would this have ended in a tie last year or 2 years ago, this would have ended in a loss for AC Milan. But this year, with everything the way that it's going and with the mentality that Milan are showing, they're able to get the win. Antonio, before Ryan takes it away from you, what about you? What's your reaction?
Listen, you keep saying that we're going to win. So far, we haven't won anything, okay? And we're not going to win anything, all right? So I know that you guys are trying to play. Oh, my God,
here we go with the mind games.
Listen, I know you're trying to pave the game for us to fail, but we're not here to win anything. Whatever is being given to us, we're going to take it. So, hey, you leave us the opportunity to score in the last 3 seconds, we will, okay? So anything that is over there, wherever you guys stuff your belly with your food and you leave any scrap on the table, we are there to clean up. You don't need the cleaning lady. We're cleaning everything, okay? So as far as the game is concerned, I think AC Milan more than deserved the game. Lazio got into those two stupid situations. The first goal Immobile goals was a good goal. I mean, on the ball, not even touch the ground. So one shot, boom. He put it on the back of Donnarumma. But the second goal, the penalty was not a penalty to me. The guy just, I was in no way I will have assigned a penalty like that. Just no penalty, period. That's not a penalty. I think that's a disgrace for people to be giving penalty of that kind of a size. I mean, and Lazio, they came back because of that mistake that the ref made. No, I challenge everybody. No way. It was that would be never given to AC Milan as a penalty or to anybody else except for maybe Juventus, Inter, and Lazio, or a couple other teams. Never to AC Milan. Actually, they were denied. AC Milan was denied much stronger penalty than that. They would never got even the chance. Don't even go to watch the VAR. So this guy here, even the chance to watch the VAR, he still gave it to him. He didn't do anything. The defender of the AC Milan, nothing. Kalulu didn't do anything. So, but anyway, we won and we deserve to win. And as far as I'm concerned, I think we're still first place. Am I right, Ryan? Go ahead.
Yeah, you're first place. Yep, you're first place. I thought you're only midway in, and I can't count how many games you won in the 90th plus minute. That It wasn't relaxing wins. It wasn't calm wins. You guys had to push, push, push. Was very lucky. You know, I'm sick of hearing people say that Hernandez is the best left back in the world. Let's not be a little insulting to Robertson and Davies and all these other guys, because at the end of the day, he hasn't accomplished anything yet. Yes, he's in great form, but he hasn't accomplished anything yet. Alphonso Davies is 19 years old, won a Champions League, won the league with Bayern. Andy Robertson is only worth £7 million when Liverpool bought him, and he won a Champions League. He won a Premier League. Hernandez has not won nothing yet. He has not accomplished nothing yet. So please, don't insult any other world-class left back, because Hernandez is not labeled world-class at the moment.
What are you talking about? And what can you say? I think you cannot spell anything. Listen, let me tell you something. First of all, we're discussing here technical ability and skills. And Hernandez is on the top three or four. It's on the top 3 or 4, even more, maybe the top 2. So what do you have? Some garbage from Man U that you saying that is better than Hernandez?
There is no way that you're telling me Hernandez is better than Andy Robertson.
Absolutely, by far, not in no
way.
You
are on track, my friend.
Anto, but that was a good point that Ryan brought up, that this 90+ minute you win the games. You can't keep winning games like that.
But we only won 1 or 2 games like that. How many games did we win?
But I want to tell you that for the winter, the champions of the winter, you have to go through Juventus in about next week. Sunday,
okay.
the following Wednesday, there is Milan Juventus. If you win that game, I give you a lot of credit. But you have to beat Juventus, and then we'll talk.
Hey, listen, for Juventus, listen, if Fiorentina can beat Juventus, why should AC Milan beat Juventus? What makes you think that Fiorentina is stronger than AC Milan?
What you just said makes no sense anyway, because right now is in 14th place. So all the teams that are over the first 14 place, they all should beat Juventus. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, I love this. They're getting rattled. You guys are getting rattled, man. I love this. Listen, I love this. You guys are getting rattled. You trying to find something to pick.
Nobody's getting rattled.
Listen to me. What is it that you don't get it? You guys don't get something. We live for this. We love this stuff here. Keep rattling us, because this is what we live for.
Look at my face.
Food. This is food for our mouth. We need this kind of food. You guys are keep feeding us. We are starving.
Anto, you are a comedian, my friend. Let me explain something to you. Milan are not going to last in first place. Milan are getting knocked out of the Europa. Milan have no chance. Maybe you will qualify for the top 4, but you guys are in great form at the moment. Most props to Ibrahimovic. You guys rely a lot on him. He's out at the moment, so you tie games against Verona. But you guys keep in mind that Peter is only 1 point behind you guys. And
Peter?
Inter Milan. And Inter is, they're in good form too at the moment. And I truly think that Milan's going to fall off. They're going to fall behind. And I've said it, and I'm sticking to my word. I don't see, especially with Juventus next week, if Pirlo can get his shit together and now, I don't know, Marco, quick question for you. Where's Demiral? Is he injured?
Yeah, unfortunately, Demiral, he's a great player, but he really struggles to get fit. He came off a really serious injury, and then he just gets smaller ones. The one thing that I would say before we pass on and we'll move on about Antonio with the penalty, I completely agree with you. And for me, I've been repeating it for almost a year on this podcast, that we are getting to a place in football where you will not be able to touch the other person. Right. There will be zero contact. If that is called the penalty kick, we are no longer playing a contact sport. And It's been happening, and it's only been getting worse. So for me, it's unbelievable. Michael, like Ryan said, Inter are 1 point behind. Your boys are on an incredible run. What do you think about Inter?
Inter's looking good right now. They're the most informed team in Serie A. I believe they won 7 straight Serie A games. But like this is the only competition they're playing right now. It must be added. Milan, I gotta give credit to them. Even though I expected them to lose 100%. They managed a way to win, and that's showing they've built some kind of mentality. But I think their luck is gonna run out pretty soon. They're gonna have next couple of months are gonna be really tough for them, and we got to see how Zlatan is gonna be back, when he's fit, who they're gonna get in the mercato. But Inter right now, they're looking good. They're looking like the best team in Serie A. They're picking up their pace, and they're forming that kind of team, and their bench is so much deeper than pretty much anyone in the Serie A. And they're gelling. So now I feel like the second half of the season, I feel like Inter's going to steamroll and start making a nice gap from first to second and the third. How Milan had a nice 5-point gap, I feel like Inter's going to surpass Milan and make their own gap, and then continue from there. They're really they're playing entertaining football right now, and I think Conte's men are gonna shock some people, especially Antonio.
Mike, wait a moment. Entertaining football? Are you saying that you're talking about the FIFA video game or the real game?
I'm talking about the real life.
The real life? I don't think so. They're boring to watch. Entertaining? So. What's entertaining about them? Yeah. That's boring garbage.
They play good football. Do you watch them?
Nah, that's garbage. I fall asleep watching Inter.
You know what's really funny? Inter, Vieri and Cassano go on a live show every time, and all they do the entire time, and even Vieri, though, even though he's a big Inter fan, and Cassano's even an Inter fan too, but Cassano hates Conte. He hates Conte with a dying passion. He says that Conte ruins football, that he takes the passion all out of it. He says that Inter, the way that they play is disappointing and boring. Cassano said that he'd rather lose than win the way that Conte style even plays. And even Vieri, who he tries to play more in the middle because he works with Inter and he still does some stuff. Even he admitted, he said that he doesn't think Conte's style is for a big team like Inter should be playing better football when you play at like the San Siro, for example.
I agree. We have a little pause over here. What's going on?
I hear you guys.
Okay. All right. So it's 100%. I think Cassano. Listen, Cassano doesn't fool around. Cassano just he says what's the truth. I mean, many times the truth might hurt somebody. And Cassano is not behind anybody's shirts. I mean, it's not getting paid by Inter or AC Milan or anybody. Cassano says what he's got on his head. So it's not like Gaetano's trying to be polite with the Juventus or Roma or here and there or Fiorentina. Cassano is his own man. So we're not trying over here to be nice over here. We're trying to be truthful, and our fans, they're not stupid. Our friends are very smart. They know when someone is saying the right thing, and I know when someone is lying, and they know when someone is trying to appease some of the tifoserie. When AC Milan plays like shit, I'll be the first one to say, hey, by the way, there's a lot of work to be done. But when AC Milan is playing the way they've been playing, I think AC Milan right now, they're displaying the best soccer in Serie A. And, you're going to have to give it to them.
There was an article today on the paper, but I didn't get to read it. I just saw the headlines. Why Pioli is playing a nice entertainment soccer, and it was written by Sacchi. Did anybody read it?
No.
I'll try to
Ryan, did you read it?
No.
I'll try to read it, and then when we will say it for the next podcast.
I don't waste my time on Milan articles, Marco.
Jeez. Ryan's got something against Antonio and AC Milan today. I don't know if he's just going for somebody else to win the league or what it is. But
honestly, I'm not Marco. I'm not rooting for anybody in particular. I'm just saying that how it is. And Milan are not going to win the Serie A. I don't see, Antonio, he got his hopes up that, we're playing brilliant football with this, with that. At the end of the day, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You rely on Ibrahimovic way too much. And the guy's not even there right now, and that's when you guys are slacking. You guys are struggling all the way up to the 93rd minute to count on a goal from Hernandez, a fullback.
I mean, they're playing Lazio. It's not an easy team to play.
Listen, we didn't say that we're going to win anything. You keep saying that we're going to win. You guys are saying that AC Milan is going to win the championship. We never said that. Never once.
I don't know. That's not what I heard.
Never once. We never said that. I think you're putting words on our mouth, Ryan. I think the virus is getting.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
About that, any opinion on Inter or what you saw from them?
No, Inter is going to be there until the end. They don't have the Champions League anymore. They don't have no European League. So all the energy, and it's going to be for Serie A. So they'll be there until the end. Even though it might not be the most entertainment soccer, like you guys said. I mean, you know pretty much how Antonio Conte plays. There's not a lot of creativity there, which other teams have, like Juventus and AC Milan. They have more creativity, even Atalanta. But they have good players. They have very good players that do what they're supposed to do and what Conte tells them to do, and they're very structured. And they have Lukaku, who's fantastic. I mean, the guy is unbelievable. The amount of goals that this guy has scored is one of the top scorers in Europe. So they'll be there until the end.
But Gaetano, listen, to your credit too, but you know, Inter is not overwhelmingly winning those games like a 3-0, 4-1, 3-2. It always builds up a 1-0, 2-1. It's always, getting by. I mean, with those, you just keep naming Lukaku, Lautaro, and all of those people. They're not overwhelming. If one of those two guys goes down, I think Inter is done. Let's say Lukaku comes up with an injury, like Ibrahimovic came up with the injury. I think the Inter is done. It's done. They're depending on one or two players. You guys are depending on Cristiano Ronaldo for the Juventus. Inter is depending on Lukaku, Lautaro, both of them. If one of them goes down, Inter is done. I'm telling you, forget about Conte's game and Conte non-game. This is BS. You guys are reading too much, are watching too many cartoons. Just look at the game. Inter is depending, like Juventus, is depending on one or two players. If those players, they don't perform or they go down with some sort of injury, because at some point they will. We have so many freaking games back to back to back to back. Every three days you play a game. If the system is not a wonderful system to play soccer, where everybody contributes, everybody's angry for the game, they're not going to go that far. So, and mark my word, I'm telling you one more time, Ryan, yourself included, Inter loses one of those two guys, Inter is done. Zero. Bye-bye. See ya.
I can agree with you on the matter of Lukaku. Lukaku's been Inter's star player this season. The guy's been their best player actually in the last 2 years. I don't think they would have enough force up top without him. I personally don't. I can agree with you there. Do I think Lautaro could step up and take over? Absolutely not. I think the guy Lautaro is way overrated. I've said it from day one. I don't think, for the amount of hype that he was getting, I've always said I don't think Lautaro is who people think he is. So yes, I do agree with you on the matter of Lukaku. I think if he got it would be fine.
I agree with that. We also got, I think, we didn't talk about it. The decision, Napoli and Juventus finally came out, and Napoli won the case with flying colors. We all said that, maybe they would get the 1 point penalty out. They actually got the 1 point penalty out, and the game will be replayed. We still don't know exactly when the game is going to be played. Napoli did tie against Torino, which put a little bit of glimmer onto that. It was a great day. I think it was a horrible day for Juventus and a great day for Napoli fans, because Juventus lost to Fiorentina And in the same time, they lost another 3 points because they lost their match against Napoli on paper. Dad, any thoughts on the case in the way that it went?
Yeah, I kind of I disagree with what's going on. It took him how many months it took him to come to a decision. I'd always thought that the -1 point shouldn't have been there, but the rules and regulations are the same for Serie A and for the region of Campania, which is where Napoli is located. So to me, Napoli, they were supposed to go and play the game. All the other teams did. Okay, everybody traveled. Why didn't because the region told them? No, it's the same rule as it is for Serie A and for the other regions. So I do not agree with the result. They should have been penalized. They just should have lost the game, but lost the game, not penalized the -1 point. At the end, they're going to play the game again. I think the game, they said it's going to be played, if I'm not mistaken, in May.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. It should have been done. And there's too many games. There's the European Cup. There's too many things too many games that they have to play. So that game for me, it should have been over.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's also weird the amount of court decisions they've had in it. Obviously, this last court ruling went not from the sporting side, and the other ones that Juventus won that ruled in their favor were for the opposite. Weird fact is today Serie B was on because they played through the holidays, and Frosinone played Pordenone. Frosinone has 14 players out with COVID. They went to their game today. They were able to put 11 on the pitch. They had 3 subs for the match. 2 out of those 3 subs were goalkeepers.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
Well,
So
listen, you got to do what you got to
Okay, but
do.
that's what I'm saying. But why did Napoli, all the courts, all the sport clubs, they all agreed, except now I don't know which court is this because I don't understand. Federal court, to me, it's not right.
But is Juventus going to appeal this, or it's a final decision?
No, I think this is the final decision. I think they went to the highest court that they could go.
Yeah.
Wow. I think Napoli got away with one, but like you said, aside from the -1 penalty that nobody should be given to the quote unquote rules and regulation, I think this the game has to be played. I mean, but Napoli could have been penalized, and hey, it is what it is. So now, I mean, if you are Juventus, you should have been bitching and moaning about the fact that you're going to be playing this game in May. So, just go play, show that you're better than Napoli or Napoli better than Juventus. And the better team should be winning the game. So no, we don't end the Campionato by saying, oh, listen, you guys penalized us 3 games. This is the reasons why you won, or vice versa. So you do not want to leave anything, left to interpretation after the Campionato. So let the blame. I mean, the game at the end of the day is going to be played. So whoever is going to be winning, maybe neither of the team is going to be needing those 3 extra points because they're not going to be on the top. But if they do, it can create a huge controversy because if Napoli needs those 3 points to win the Campionato, they're going to say, hey, you see, Juventus stole it from us. And same thing, you guys. So you guys cannot really be saying, hey, listen, we want the Campionato fair and square when you took 3 points away from Napoli without playing the game. So, at the end of the day, it's best for the sports and soccer that the game is going to be played and then everybody gets appeased with themselves because this is not about you guys, Agnelli or De Laurentiis. This is about the Tifosi. So we needed to see the game played and whoever wins the game is going to be the end of it. So after that, I mean, I will leave everybody else just to put their 5 cents on. But I never liked the idea that Juventus was awarded those 3 points without having to play the game. But Napoli, on the other hand, should have played the game and not listened to the ASL and to all of those imbeciles, making decisions without having the authority to do so.
Well, I don't like De Laurentiis. I think he was playing games. He had some players that were injured. If I'm not mistaken, Insigne was injured, and he had a couple of guys with COVID. So I decided, oh, okay, I could get away with this. That's not right.
Before we end, we got to talk about Roma. They beat Cagliari 3-2, but not even the week. Sorry, a couple of days, because everything is a couple of days now. A lot of Roma fans, they were very mad because they lost 4-1 to Atalanta, and so many were criticizing Dad, your boy Fonseca, saying that he doesn't have experience. Out of the big teams, they also have the smallest amount of points, the least amount of points against the big clubs. So a lot of criticism around them. They do get this win before the holidays. Anything about Roma from you or Fonseca?
I think Roma, to me, they are. What's the standings? I mean, they're in the top four now. Mike.
Yeah, I believe they're third or fourth right now.
Yeah, they're in the top four, which at the beginning of the year, I think I put them fifth. So I think they are ahead of schedule from what Roma is doing. I don't know. I think that Fonseca is doing a very good job.
With the criticism that that against the top teams, he hasn't had that many points. Mike, also, what are they in the table? Did you find out?
Yeah, they're three.
Yeah.
Roma haven't won against the top six side in Serie A. That was the stat Marco was referring to.
Oh, okay.
So look, guys. Except for AC for Juventus, I think AC Milan has played most of the top teams. If I'm correct, am I right, Mike?
You have the most points against the big clubs, and then second is Inter, and I think third or fourth was Juve. I don't remember.
All right, so the only one left for us to play is Juventus on the, let's say, the quote unquote top teams.
January 6th.
January 6th. Oh wow, man,
it's almost here.
We're gonna play two games back to back, January 3rd and January 6th now. Oh boy.
But Marco, you also have to realize that some of these teams like Verona, they play good soccer. Sassuolo is playing modern, they run, they put pressure, and you have teams like Sampdoria. I can figure it out. Sampdoria. If I put them that they're going to win, they lose. When I think that they're going to lose, then they win. I mean, you can figure out some of these teams, but there are other teams that are very good and they're playing good entertainment soccer.
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point. What that stat was including Sassuolo. So what they did is they put the most informed teams. So they didn't just use the big name teams. They were saying they even counted Sassuolo's game against Milan as Milan getting big points against the top guys. So it was all encompassing. Ryan, anything from your side as Antonio does his laundry over there before we conclude?
Yeah, not much to say. I mean, I already said my fair piece. I think Anto knows where I'm coming from. The season resumes next week, and it starts off with a big kick against Juventus for Milan. And I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens in that game. I want to see, the Milan that everybody's going crazy about. I want to see how well they play against a very poor informed Juventus team right now. They don't look good.
Oh, brother. Now we're starting.
Let's see what happens.
Hey, Ryan, you have a big fan in Orlando. My friend Dan is a big Man United fan. I know that your Man United is in the top four, I think.
That's right.
Champions League, they're doing good, better than Man City. So if you want to give them a shout out.
Shout out, Dan. Appreciate it.
Listen, it's not going to last for that long. Listen, Manchester City is going to take them over soon. They're not going to be there for too long.
Right.
A bunch of losers.
I'm patiently waiting to beat your ass in the Europa. I'm patiently waiting. I'm praying that we get you.
Listen, we don't even care about the Europa League. We just try to qualify for the Champions League. We don't care.
But you know what? The
We'll let you
feeling.
win, Ryan. We'll let you win. We'll give you the. Actually, I have a trophy for you. I'm gonna get it for you. I'm gonna give
Come
it to you in
on.
advance.
I
So
can't wait.
listen, guys. Why don't we finish by saying something to our new found sponsor? We have this Campobasso team that is first place right now. Marco, did you want to say anything? And we have
They
this
did
guy here, Matt Rizzetta, Nicola Cirincione, that they are really, really some of the nicest guys that you wanted to meet. So let's
we were
finish
watching
up
that game.
to say something very nice about this team.
I was watching their last game. This guy, sorry, I lagged. We were watching their last game, and they won 3-2 to go back into first place in Serie D. This guy Esposito, I mean, he scored a goal that was absolutely unbelievable. Outside the box, one touch with his left foot. It was incredible technique, a goal that you don't see every day, and it turned out to be the goal that was the winning goal for them as they got back on in the win. So we're going to keep you posted with Campobasso. We got a lot of stuff coming this week. The shirt looks very good on you, Anto, and I know you're waiting to become honorary president because they already told you, they promised you that you'd become one.
Oh, really? Whoa, you have a lot of inside information over there.
You were on the podcast. You asked that. He said he wants to make you president.
Oh boy, I'm sorry. I totally forgot about it. It must be the beginning of the virus getting to my head. So hey guys, listen. Try to get well as soon as possible because this virtual BS over here is not good. Okay, so let's do the best we can to get healthy, and then let's hope that Campobasso and AC Milan they win, and then we have a big thing to look forward to celebrate. Okay.
Marco, anything on the trading, selling of the players, buying of the players? I know that PSG is looking with Pochettino is looking into Dybala and Ericsson. Anything else you have?
Yeah, the Ericsson is a very good shout because Pochettino is the guy that had him at Tottenham, and they had a very close relationship where they liked each other. Tuchel, I don't know if you guys remember last year, we were saying when he beat Atalanta, I said that guy is not a good coach. Luckily now, I mean, he got a horrible Christmas present. He got sacked as a coach over there. Juventus, they're saying Llorente as a possible vice to Morata, which to me again doesn't make any sense. Milan is looking at Scamacca from Genoa. Like Anto also hinted before, they're talking about Fiorentina maybe going for Piontek. There was rumors of Cutrone to Napoli, and those were the ones.
Papu Gomez to Inter too. That's a big one.
The big one is Papu Gomez. Where he's gonna go? Is it gonna be AC Milan? Is it gonna be Inter? Is it gonna be somewhere else? There hasn't been any real conclusive news as of yet, but yeah, those are some of the rumors that are flying around right now.
I think Gomez would fit very well on Inter.
Doing what? Doing what?
I feel like they're missing that attacking midfielder. I feel like they're besides Ericsson, that's what Ericsson was brought in to do, and he's been useless all year round. The guy does not want to play in the Inter shirt, and Conte has no idea what he's doing with him. So it's a win-win that he leaves.
There's two more big news too, by the way. Juventus and Roma are fighting over an American kid, Brian Reynolds. He's a right fullback. He plays for FC Dallas. I think he's 18, 19 years old. I think you guys lost me for a second. He's 19 years old. He's a right fullback. He's highly rated from FC Dallas. And then De Paul. De Paul has continually to hint that he would like to leave Udinese. If he's able to leave in January, we'll see. But he's the other one on the list. Some are saying Juventus, Inter, Milan. All the top teams are obviously Napoli, all being linked with De Paul.
But you know what? The last thing before we finish, you know what? You see this calcio mercato, everybody's been quiet because I think the deal has been made already. So the fact that they cannot really, really publicly saying anything, is because it's against the rules and regulation. But AC Milan has been quiet about any move. So, but I'm sure, I'm almost positive that I think they got a defender and they're going to get another midfielder. I'm not sure of the forward line because we score with everybody. Even with Donnarumma, we can score. So I think the deals have been made already. So if there was a rumor that Papu Gomez will go to Inter, he's going to go to Inter. So I think it would be a total waste for him to be joining Inter and then be sitting on a bench and listen to that idiot of Conte to tell him how to play soccer. Because, if Papu Gomez doesn't listen to Gasperini, what makes you think he's going to be listening to Conte, somebody that doesn't know crap about soccer? So, having said that, I think the deals have been made already. Gaetano, what do you think?
I think that no, there's a lot of things that are going to happen in the next month. No deals have been made yet. I mean, probably they're talking about it, but nothing is done already. And I don't. The way you're talking about Conte, I think is very disrespectful for a coach of that caliber.
What caliber? What caliber? What are you talking about? What have you been smoking lately?
I think he's won more. I think he's won more than what Milan's won in the last 10 years, no?
Cassano is the voice of the truth.
I think
so whatever Cassano says, that counts.
That's why he's unemployed.
I think too much to Cassano.
Oh man!
All right, guys. On that note, we're gonna have to conclude. So we had to come on and obviously tell you about the situation, why we haven't been as active, why we weren't doing live streams and recordings, because I know a lot of people, they were asking us about that. So that's the situation. Like we said, Ryan and I, so far, we're both COVID positive. We both feel pretty good. Me, I feel really good. Ryan, a little bit here and there. He's getting a little bit better as the days go on. Michael and Antonio, still negative. I think you guys are both going to do one more test in a couple of days just to be sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we hope that you guys keep testing negative. My dad, luckily, I think the greatest decision you was not coming to the podcast on that Monday. You saved yourself all the stress of having to be in quarantine, and you also tested negative twice. Even though you didn't see us. So that's all good. Peter, by the way, how he's feeling, he feels good too. He lost his sense of smell. I think also him too. It hit him hard at first, and now he's slowly been feeling better. He wasn't feeling up to come and record the podcast. He said he was just relaxing. So maybe the next time, if you guys want him enough, you'll get. I know Ryan and Antonio, they've been busting his chops about the whole situation, but luckily, as bad as the situation could have been, I think it ended. So far, it's been the best that it could have been.
The next time we see Peter, he better wear an astronaut. That's the only way I'm getting close to him.
I think, Gaetano, what we should do, Gaetano, is get him in the net in the studio. As a keeper,
and we're gonna blindside him too. We're gonna blindside him.
Let me ask you, Marco, Mike, can we do some? If the game is playing, can we do this while the game is going on? We have Zoom.
We could try. It might not be that good.
It's gonna get sloppy because everyone's gonna be. But we can definitely give it a try.
Hey, Mike, get a piece of plexiglass to put in between on the table. So when we do podcast, I don't have to be shouting at Peter or Peter shouting at me and infect me with this disgusting intervirus, whatever you want to call it. Okay.
When Ryan found out about this, he was like, the first thing Ryan told me. He goes, I swear to God, if Peter gave me the virus, I'm going to go to his house and slash his tires. Maybe that's why Peter didn't come.
Oh, God. Ryan, why you're on the open right now? No, if Peter gets a slash tire, he's going to know that it's you.
Nah, he wouldn't know it's me. I do it on the low.
Oh.
All right, guys. Having said that, thank you for everybody that's watching. Thank you for everybody. There was many people that send messages across, wishing us the best, wishing us to be good. Ricardo de Rune too. She sends a message to all of you guys. She said she was sad to hear about the situation, but she said that we're all strong and she's wishing us the best. So, guys, as always, for everybody that's watching, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Goodbye.
Ciao, guys. Thank you.